this shitty like emoji. Do you remember everybody went mad making these like
he had
Facebook emojis?
That's his big thing. Yeah. He used the Facebook emoji as his
logo, like, and it's just that logo blinking,
and it looks simple.
Yeah, of course it is.
He looks simple.
But you know what's fucking mad about this song? Before you even play it, the beat behind it is it's like a real late 90s Cypress Hill.
The gas thing about this is the beat behind this isn't quite reggaeton-y as much as other stuff, but
it's a prime example of the genre. There are worse in it, but if this dude is the guy responsible for it, then he should die in his own gasoline.
He should. I was going to put Despacito on it, but no, let's just
give that bang.
There's this stupid little face on the Spotify thing, yeah.
Oh God.
This is like fucking Spanish Eminem there, doesn't it? But I'm going to skip ahead to the...
Go.
Actually, let's leave it.
It's fucking dire.
Imagine listening to that.
If you listen to this on headphones, there's actually loads going on, like a sub-bass kind of thing. And it's got this weird... Ugh.
We're going to get to this chorus.
If you can find it. Okay. Gasolina. Poison.
That is
full poison.
Shite.
And that's not even the worst example.
No, it's not. Despacito itself has the actual reggae, fucking slow down reggae bullshit in it. That is absolutely horrific.
Poisonous. It's fucking poisonous.
I hate it. So,
but there's this weird hard synth thing going on that he's trying real hard to make it not sound like what it is. So this is obviously early days. And it was
this
taken...
This is 2004, the synths were bad back then, to be perfectly honest with you, even then. But, well, they weren't, but they were... There was a style of recording shite synths back then. And
real top-heavy.
Real high... Just basic settings on the average Casio keyboard. A funny thing about this genre is you would think it would be big in Cuba, and it was. It was massive in Cuba. But the government of Cuba imposed restrictions on reggaeton in public places.
Really?
In 2012. So you couldn't play it in a public place.
Good. We should do that here.
In 2019, they banned it from TV and radio.
Really?
And street musicians are not allowed to play it.
I don't like it, but that's a bit extreme.
Well, the reason they do it is because apparently the lyrics are so aggressive and sexually explicit that people in airports and all were going, listen, this music is so big, but I don't
read out his name. Daddy Yankee?
Daddy Yankee.
Right, Daddy Yankee.
They were saying, I don't want my kids to be listening to stuff about fucking... Like, if you couldn't play gangster rap in a shop or an airport. Do you know what I mean? You really couldn't.
Not really. Well, I'm going to look up some of the lyrics here. Right? I'm going to see what the lyrics are from this Gasoline, I think.
Gasolina.
Well, first of all, I need it to be translated, and Google.
You just repeat that over and over again with a horrible synth and a bit of a fucking... basic drum beat. While you do that, I'm going to play his other fucking Despacito song because you know that song.
Everybody knows that. Okay, so they have to be prepared because what is coming will be to beat them. Mommy, I know that you won't quit.
Badly, isn't it? Yeah.
All the weekends, she goes out to have fun. My female cat doesn't stop making the grr noise of cats
that
because
must be a pussy, is it?
She likes the gasoline. Give me more gasoline. She turns on the turbines. She doesn't discriminate. She doesn't miss even a small party. She puts on makeup to go to the corner. She looks so fine that even her shadow combines with her. Killer. She controls me. She makes the purr sound of cats in cars, big cars and limousines. She fills up her tank.
He hadn't mentioned cars in a while, so cars.
Yeah, she fills up her tank with adrenaline when she hears the reggaeton in the loudspeakers. That's my gasoline. She likes the gasoline. Give me more gasoline. Here we are, the best. On the dance floor, they call us the killers. Well, let that play while I read this, right? This goes out for all the female cats of all colours. The grown ones, the young ones. For those who are more foxes. Those that are hunters. For the women who don't turn off their engines. You and me have something pending. You owe something to me and you know it. With me she gets lost. She doesn't render an account to anybody.
Doesn't render an account to anybody?
Give me gasoline. How she likes gasoline. She likes the gasoline. When she hears the reggaeton in the speakers, she fills up her tank with adrenaline. She doesn't even miss a small party.
Turning that off.
There we go.
Perfect timing.
So I'm pretty sure Cube barred it because it's fucking gash. Yeah. It's scutter. The purest form of scutter.
You see, we are reading out and playing and reading out the kind of very commercialized versions, because they're the ones that hurt me the most. So the more gangster driven and almost sexy, because it's supposed to be incredibly.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure street level stuff's grim.
Well.
Like the stuff that's going to make it into the clubs is going to be 50-50, you know.
Yeah,
it always is.
It got so big that they were playing it everywhere, and it was like, sorry, you can't be singing that shit in public. It's
out.
So fair play to Cuba.
Fucking fair fucks. Cuba does it again. Bay of Pigs Part 2.
Reggaeton, like I said, has been going since the 90s, but in the last 10 years, it's getting really big.
It's huge.
To the point
There's clubs.
People are asking. There is clubs, and they can. I was going to say
here in Dublin.
I was going to say something very bad there, but
don't even mention it. Like the place.
No,
but yeah,
I know. Yeah,
I've had run-ins with the kids I go to it. They're all very young. The kids who go, very very young. I have to say. Because there are clubs that start off doing kind of samba and tango, and
that's how they get you. That's how they get into clubs.
Yeah.
We're just going to have a few little samba lessons. Oh no! All of a sudden, now it's like, bang 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 gasolina.
Exactly.
Fuck off. That's shy.
It is absolute flying.
So I've written down there, would I press the big delete button on this?
Yeah, I'd get behind you and I'd help you. I'd put my hand on your hand and we could press it together.
And let it burn.
Let the big fire take you.
Fair play to Cuba. Shout out to Cuba for banning that shit. I don't play any of it when I'm DJing. I stay at pub. People ask for it all the time. They actually ask for it by genre.
Of course they do. Yeah.
Or else, do you know what I noticed what Spanish people do? Spanish people just ask for something Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, like, they just come and go, can you play Spanish music? And I'm like, what song?
Yeah.
I don't know, just Spanish music.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, are you going to flip out if I don't play? Like, can you not go to a different club where for once you just don't listen to Spanish music, and are you gonna? Is it gonna burn inside your soul
that you can't hear?
Like if I went out to a club and whatever, let's say I was in the humor to listen to fucking Rage Against the Machine or just funk rock or whatever that, and I wasn't playing, I wouldn't be sitting there going, I can't have a good night now.
Yeah.
I'll just fucking get on with it. So anyway, that's fucking reggaeton. I hate it.
Did I ever tell you at the time I was DJing in a bar that shall not be named, and these two mad looking Russian dudes came up and asked me for a Russian group, and I was like, what do you mean? And they were like, is this group from where I'm from?
But at least they're fucking asking for an actual group.
But no, I didn't know what was going on.
It's not just, like, not a fucking geographical country. Can you play Spain, please?
By the end of it, they were just asking for more Russian music. So I had to go, obviously it's not on Spotify, right? So I had to go find it on YouTube. Now, the only reason I even done it, because I feared for my life a little bit. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I full on was afraid, right?
Sometimes you can get a request when you're in a certain bar that doesn't have a huge amount of protection around you.
Yes.
And you're there
in
with
the
all your
elements.
equipment, and the bar staff are busy, and you're like, it's just me and him.
Pretty much. It's me and this fella. Yeah. And this fella's going to get 18 digs in on my face before anybody even cops it.
Yeah.
And I played it, and it was horrific. It was this proper, hard... It wasn't techno. I don't know what the fuck it was. Like, close to what we're going to talk about now in a second. It was close to this fucking genre. It was just this absolute banging noise. And everybody else in the club was looking at me. And I'm waving my hands and like pointing at the two Russian lads. And honest to God, not even joking, half of the people in the pub seen me pointing at the Russian fellas and gave me the fucking...
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, okay.
That's fair enough.
Literally everyone. Okay.
The gas thing is, if someone twice the size of those lads from Ireland, like big Irish fucking, alright, not afraid of them.
No, I'm just afraid of Russians.
It's an unknown quantity I don't want to mess with.
I grew up in the 80s. Everybody on telly.
Everybody was Russian.
Was a Russian.
It's so unfortunate for them, if you think about it.
Couldn't tell you. I'm just afraid of them.
It was bad
PR.
Bad propaganda.
Bad PR for Russia.
It really is.
Yeah.
It was an easy scapegoat, but also they were cool bad guys.
Of course they were. Them and the Chinese.
So who is your next one?
My next one is Gabber Music.
Gabber Music, right. Explain to me what this is. I listened to this song and I kind of got it a little bit.
Alright. As with all dance music and electronic music, it has like a very in-depth history that I'm not really going to go into.
It started in a cool little
club. It's too complicated. The beauty of dance music is that it's all reasonably modern, so it's being tracked. Yeah? So it's not like rock and roll where we have to make little leaps and bounds. Dance music is made on electronic instruments.
Yeah.
So it has been charted since the dawn of electronic instruments.
You can also, it's weird because you can also even break it down to the drum beats. 808 became, it's easy to track that sound.
You can hear it and follow it. That comes up in a podcast we're going to do next week. One particular machine that's just the most important machine ever made. And there's actually elements of that machine in what I'm about to talk about.
And a couple of mine as well. It's an important machinery.
So Gabber is also known as Rotterdam hardcore, and basically what it was, it started off in Amsterdam, and it was kind of this weird reaction against the house music scene in Amsterdam. Everybody used to go to the clubs in Amsterdam. That was the spot to go to.
Amsterdam.
And
listen to Two Unlimited.
Exactly. So the house scene in Amsterdam was considered to be really kind of snooty and posh. And your working class person couldn't really...
Really?
Yeah.
It's so different in Dublin. Wow.
But it was considered to be really fucking... it was so upmarket and snooty, and everybody looked down upon everybody. That in... Jesus. In Amsterdam, a couple of producers start trying to make real hard stuff. The drive the kind of snobby fucking Amsterdam elite out of clubs.
Yeah.
And this is where Gabber is born. Now... Gabber hurts, right? Gabber also means pal or friend in like the kind of local slang.
Right.
Because it was about a group of people who were all mates and pals who started making this music.
To hear this now.
Yeah. So what it's essentially based around one exact sample on one exact machine. And it's the kick drum sample from a 909.
909, right.
Okay, not an 808, a 909. Yeah. And what they do is they just drive it into fucking distortion.
No.
Okay, they just drive it up.
Oh, no.
So every Gabber song, to be considered Gabber...
You can distort a lot of things, but when you start distorting the drums, there's nowhere to go from there, really. That sets the scene.
Pretty much. So it becomes really popular in Rotterdam. And then all of a sudden it just explodes. And it's all over fucking Netherlands.
Are we talking like a heavy distortion now?
Oh, I'll play it. Right? Let's see how fucking atrocious.
I think your phone is a bit louder than mine.
It's definitely louder.
My phone isn't very loud. It's not very loud.
Let's try this. Power to the people. So one of the other things about Gabber is that they take a sample and they pitch it up as well. And it's just mad repetitive.
Right.
You'll hear the kick now.
It doesn't sound entirely a million miles away from stuff I've been listening to in the 90s. But it's shite version of it.
It is absolutely just an elaboration of like techno and house music.
Yeah.
Right? That's all it is. It just has very specific tenets that it has to hit to be considered Gabber music, right? Gabber music, right? So it has to be between 150... Oh, no, it is. Once you start getting deeper into it, it has to be between 150 and 190 BPM. It has to have pitch-shifted vocals. And they have to be samples. And they have to... Lyrically... This is real weird. Lyrically, it's about, like, street life and shit like that. This is what's kind of weird about it. The kind of socio-economic street life. Right. And drug dealing and that kind of shit. They all use that square wave fucking type of synth. So there's no musicality really to the synths. And, like this song in particular, this is a group called Bass Reaction. And the song is called Technophobia. So I randomly found this. I just knew I hated this type of music. I couldn't deal with it.
That sample was awful. Is it all samples like that?
It's all samples like this. No. It's all of it. No. And it's all roughly in the same BPM.
What you need to do is you need to get a soul singer, like all good house music, just singing over.
Well, the whole idea with this Gabber is that they take those samples and they just repeat them and they pitch them up and they let them fucking go.
No.
So it becomes real popular in Rotterdam. They became the centre point of Gabber in Rotterdam.
Sounds like techno-punk.
Kind of.
There's a punky element to that.
But it sounds like it's thrown together really quickly. It was put together by I think it was like 3 or 4 DJs and producers that kind of got themselves together in the late 80s to start doing this. It's having a big resurgence at the moment.
Of course it is.
Which is horrific. Now this song, as it goes on, it starts sounding more and more Crazy Frog, right?
Oh, right.
They start using this octave jump as to get rid of the monotony of the
I want to hear that.
Yeah. So it's fucking to be honest with you, this is
sorry.
Like, jump in, jump up.
Oh
yeah.
That sounds so
that's square wave shit, yeah.
That's scalding.
There's no depth to it at all. It's all the skin of it, like.
The picture of the people on the front of this thing remind me, they're all bald, punk-looking lads.
That was the thing. That was the scene. They had the men shave their head, and the women almost had like a... They would shave the sides of their heads and have these...
and they
put it all back in a ponytail. So it very much had a punk aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know, like an OE skinhead aesthetic.
So not only do you have that music, you've got punks trying to be very cool.
But this is
doing
where it
cool
gets,
things like
you get another crossover.
Anti-establishment.
Oh yeah.
Of sneaking in and nagging. That'll tell it to